But it's like this though. I'm tired of folks, you know what I'm saying? Them closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and nobody want to hear it, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
Hey, what's going on, Music Culture family, and welcome to another episode of Music Culture Daily. I am your host, Maurice. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. Today's episode, I want to talk about 10 Southern, down South hip-hop albums that every hip-hop fan should listen to, that every hip-hop fan should have in their collection, should have downloaded on their streaming service, on their playlist. Coming in at number 10, I want to talk about Ghetto D. That is Master P's album. That album was released in 1997. The ninth album, Back for the First Time, which was Ludacris' major label debut album. This album was released in 2000, in the year 2000. It's basically a repackaged album of his independent album, which was entitled 𝐤𝐤𝐤, or I forgot what's the name of it, but it's basically what that is. It's a classic debut album by Ludacris. Like I said, that is entitled Back for the First Time, and that was released in the year 2000. So go check that out. And coming in at number 8 is them boys out of Memphis, Tennessee, 8Ball and MJG. Their album entitled In Our Lifetime Volume 1. This album was released in 1999. It's a Southern classic. Go check it out. If you're not too familiar with 8Ball and MJG, they're a hip-hop Southern duo. So show them some love. Check out their album. Coming in at number 7, take it down to New Orleans and show my boy Juvenile, Cash Money Records. Show them some love with his 1998 major label debut album entitled 400 Degrees. This album right here, this album is a classic. It's a Southern classic. It featured pretty much everybody that was on Cash Money at that time. It even had a guest verse from Jay-Z on the 𝐭 remix. This is a classic studio album. This, like I mentioned, this album was released back in 1998. It has singles like 𝐭, Back That Ass Up, just to name a few, and the production was handled by the legendary Manny Fresh. So check out 400 Degrees if you haven't already. It's a classic. You would not be disappointed. And moving right along, coming in at number 6, it is Devin The Dude with his studio album, which was released in 2002. The name of this album is entitled Just Trying to Live. If you're not familiar with Devin The Dude, he's a artist out of Houston, Texas. So check out his album. Check that album out. It's a down south classic. You will not be disappointed. You know, take my word for it. Coming in at number 5 in the top 5 of 10 hip-hop classic albums, down south classic albums that every hip-hop fan should listen to. I want to talk about Trap Music from T.I. This album was released in 2003. You know, what more can I say about Trap Music? It has Let's Get Away on this album. It has 24s. It has Rubber Band Man, produced by David Banner. It's a great album. It's a classic album. So definitely check out T.I.'s 2003 classic album, Trap Music. This is his second album. His first album was pretty good too. It's worth a listen, and the name of that is called I'm Serious, which was released 2 years earlier, back in 2001. So moving right along to number 4. This comes from a duo out of Port Arthur, Texas. And this duo is none other than Bun B and Pimp C, the legendary duo entitled 𝐥𝐤𝐤. And this is their album 1996, Riding Dirty. This is a classic album. You got to have this album in your rotation on your playlist. If you love Southern hip hop, if you're a Southern hip hop fan, go check this album out. This is my 4th recommendation on my list. So definitely check out Riding Dirty by 𝐥𝐤𝐤. Coming in at number 3, what Southern list would be complete without having, to me, the king of the South? You know who I'm talking about, Mr. Scarface. I'm talking about his 1994 album entitled The Diary. Go check this out. released on Rap A Lot Records. Classic album. Everybody knows Scarface is one of the greatest lyricists of all time, whether down south, up north, out west. Scarface is one of the best to ever touch the mic. So check out his 1994 solo studio album entitled The Diary. It's a down south classic. You will not be disappointed, I guarantee you. And coming in at number 2, it's called The Resurrection from the Ghetto Boys. This is their album when they got back together. This album was released in 1996. So if you haven't heard of the Ghetto Boys, they're most known for their I think it was a 1990 or 1991 hit single entitled Mind Playing Tricks on Me. So go check this album out if you haven't already. That album coming in at number 2. And number 1, of course, I had to show my boys down in Atlanta some love. Check their album out. This album got 5 mics in the source, and it was released in 1998. This album comes from the greatest hip-hop duo of all time, and their name is Outkast. This is Outkast's 4th studio album, and the name of it is entitled 𝐜𝐴𝐤𝐤. This album has the lead single Rosa Parks. So check this album out. Like I said, it received 5 mics in the source. It's a classic studio album. So check out 𝐜𝐴𝐤𝐤 by Outkast. You will not be disappointed. Big Boy and Andre 3000 definitely bought that heat with this studio album. It has everything that you want. It has a touch of jazz, a little bit of rock. Pretty much everything, man. I would recommend all the Outkast's album. All of them critically acclaimed. In my book, you can't go wrong. So definitely check out 𝐜𝐴𝐤𝐤. And some other notable mentions: Soul Food by 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤, which was released in 1995. Young Jeezy's debut album. Young Jeezy's debut album, which was released in 2005. You have The Fix by Scarface, which was released in 2002. Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Outkast's debut album, which was released in 1994. Word of Mouth, Ludacris' second studio album, which was released in 2001. It's a lot of studio albums, down south classic albums that I think you should listen to. You got Lil Wayne with the Carter 3, the Hot Boys album. I could just name a lot of them, man, but these are my favorites that I think you should listen to, that I will recommend. And remember, like Andre 3000 said at the Source Awards, the South had something to say, and man, he wasn't lying. The South eventually came to Mecca and became the leading force in urban music, in hip-hop music, and it still is to this day. Seeing what 𝐥𝐤𝐤, The Baby, Lil Baby, Migos, and Gucci Mane, and all those guys down in Atlanta, Young Thug, are still basically dominating the music charts. So the South, especially Atlanta, definitely took over. So that was a classic, memorable line by Andre 3000 at the Source Awards when they won Best New Artist. People were booing. People weren't really messing with the South like that. They thought, a bunch of country guys don't know what they talking about, don't understand them, couldn't rap, didn't give them a chance. But what Andre 3000 said rang true. And here we are almost 30 years later. The South is at the top of the game, and they're been running rap game for almost 20 years now. Like, there's keeping rap alive, like, for real. So definitely want to give the South, show the South some love. But like I said, I just want to keep it real short. Just want to talk about those albums real quick. Go check them out. I'm gonna leave it up on the screen. Go check them out. Give it a listen, add it to your collection, add it to your playlist. Like I said, I'm signing off. My name is Maurice. This is a Music Culture Daily production. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Until next time, please continue to keep pushing the culture forward. And I'm out. Peace.